What's up everybody, it's Cami J Official and welcome to my video. It's Cami J Official, so let's start the show. To all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and becoming a part of my YouTube family. For anybody that is new, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me, but let's go ahead and get right into the video.
Alright everyone, this is just a video about how to maintain your brows during quarantine and lockdown since nobody's doing their typical beauty routines. You're going to need your brow pencil. I'm using the Precisely My Brow pencil from Benefit Cosmetics in the color 5. I like it because it not only has the brow pencil but the spoolie. I will have links in the description box for dupes to all these items as well. Next, you're going to need an eyebrow defining brush. You can get these anywhere, and please note it's important that the brush is straight across at the top and not slanted and angled. I know that some people like to do it with the slanted brush, but I feel like the straight part really makes it better to carve out your brows. And lastly, you're just going to need a concealer of your choice. I'm using this matte concealer, which is in the color NC45. You can use whatever concealer that you like that gives you the consistency you like for carving out your eyebrows. So to start off, you're just going to take that eyebrow pencil and begin to line the bottom of your eyebrows out. You're basically going to create the frame for the bottom of your eyebrows so that way you can fill everything in as you desire. Just notice here that as I am filling in my brows, I'm just using short strokes and making sure that I begin to apply the product lightly. Now for your brows, you can make your brows as thick as you want to, as thin as you want to, as dark as you want to, or as light as you want to. It's all based upon your personal preference. Now I'm going to take that brow pencil and begin to just frame the top of my brows, making sure that I'm getting consistency with the top and the bottom with the application of the light brush strokes and making sure that the color is even all throughout. After creating the frame for the top and bottom of my brows, I'm just going to take that eyebrow pencil and begin to push up in short strokes, creating hair-like strokes at the beginning of the brows to fill that in, just so I ensure that the front of my brows are not too dark and too heavy. Then continue the process of filling in your brows to the desired shape and the desired thickness and darkness that you like. Now take your eyebrow spoolie and just begin to gently blend that eyebrow product into your eyebrow hairs. I like doing this because it lightens up the brows, makes them look more natural, and also allows you to see the shape or the framing of how your eyebrows are turning out. So at this point, I'm just using this technique to assess the brows, the thickness, the darkness, and also making sure that the brows look more hair-like using those short strokes, as you're going to continue to see me do throughout the video. When in doubt, just use short strokes so that way you can have more control. And remember, it's always easier to add than to take away, which is why you see me just taking my time to continue to look at my brows and using the spoolie to continue to further blend that eyebrow product in. So this is how my brows look thus far, and I'm going to move on to the next step. So you're going to take that brush that we're going to use and just gently tap it into your concealer. This is one of the most important parts because this is where you actually frame your brows out completely and or carve them out using the concealer. So you're just going to begin at the beginning of your brows and begin to carve your brows out. And as you can see, as with my application with the actual brow pencil, using the concealer and this brush, I'm just going to use short strokes to begin to carve out the eyebrow shape that I want. And this is basically the step that brings the brows all together. It allows the brows to look cleaned up. So as you're doing your brows, just remember not to rush. You don't need to rush this part, because if you mess up here, you're gonna kind of have to take a couple of steps back in order to redo your brows. So just take your time. And as you're seeing me doing here, once I've carved the brows out using the concealer initially, I'm just going to take the remaining concealer and begin to blend it down into the top of my eyelid, getting rid of that excess. And I also like to do this because after I carve out my brows, I typically put my eyeshadows on. So this is also helping me to create an eyeshadow base. And just continue to blend the rest of that product down into your eyelid. I'm going to once again just use that spoolie to ensure that the front of the eyebrows are blended, making sure that they look softer and more natural and not too harsh at the beginning of the brows. And this is what it looks like thus far. Now, this is an additional step. You definitely don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you really want to have your brows looking super defined, then just take the excess on that brush and just begin to take it in and carve out the brows at the very top, creating an even smoother shape if you want to. This is a good time to also be able to fix any type of mistakes with the concealer. Like for example, if you feel that you made your eyebrows look way too thick, you can use this concealer that's left on your brush to kind of get rid of any excess brow product that you've used, or to make your brows appear thinner. Then simply take the rest of that product and blend it even further into your skin, so that way the top of your brows don't look too harsh. After this step anyway, I typically put on foundation, which hides any remaining concealer. Then I'm just going to take the remaining concealer that was on that brush and making sure that I've blended out a nice base for my eyeshadow. And for my last step, I'm just going to use my finger to further blend in anything that I think I may have missed with that brush. So this is basically it, guys. This is how my brows look after I've done my quote-unquote quarantine routine. As you can see, my brows look very defined. They're filled in. They don't look too dark and they don't look too unnatural.
And if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you would consider subscribing to my channel, hitting the like button, and then clicking on the bell icon so that way you can be notified whenever I have more videos. But thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Have a great day and stay safe. Bye!